Hey y'all, today we're going to review how to add and subtract decimals, which is something that we did in both 6th and 7th grade, but just reviewing it again so we can get ready when we're using scientific notation. So the first one that we're going to start with is 2 and 4,678 10,000ths plus 42 and 3100ths. When we are adding or subtracting decimals, we always must line up our decimal points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. When I'm adding, I'm usually going to take my larger number and put it on top. This one I know is larger because I know 42, or there's 4 10s. There's no 10s in this place value. So I'll put my larger number on top. First thing I'm going to do is just put my decimal point in, and then I'll put my numbers around it. That way I know that my decimal point is completely lined up. And you have notes on your packet. You can choose to write all of this down if that helps you best. Like, I work best if I practice with the problems writing down. Some people work better just watching. If you're going to choose to just watch, please do put a note in the box that says, I prefer to just watch, and so that's why there's no notes. So when I collect your packet and I look through and I say, what is this student doing? Why don't they have notes? You can tell me why. But I think it's best for most of us to write everything down. I have these 2 blanks right here. I know that I can add zeros as placeholders. I'm just going to go ahead and add 0 plus 8, 0 plus 7, 1 plus 6, 3 plus 4. My decimal points lined up, so I know that my decimal point's also going to go right here. Probably a little lower than that. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus nothing is 4. I get 44.7778. Cool. I'm going to do one more with addition. What if I'm given a number like this? 12 plus 34 hundredths. I know that when I'm adding, I want to make sure that my decimals are lined up. Now, I only see one decimal. Where is the decimal point on this number? Anytime you have a whole number at the decimal point, there's an invisible one right after the whole number. So I'll rewrite this. This is 12. I'm going to line up my decimals, so I'm just going to do that first. And I'll put everything else around it. So I have 12 plus 34 hundredths. I can fill in these blanks with zeros. 0 plus 4, 0 plus 3, 0 plus 0. I have decimals, so that means I'm going to have my decimal point line up right here. 2 plus 0, and 1 plus nothing. I get 12 and 34 hundredths. Let's do some subtraction. Let's start off with 15. I have 15 and 34 hundredths minus 7 and 65 thousandths. Subtracting is also known as finding the difference. So we're going to find the difference between these two numbers. I know that I'm adding or subtracting, so I need to line up my decimal points. And I'll go ahead and subtract. I'll fill this in with a 0. Now, this is a really common mistake. People think that 0 minus 5 is 5. Well, that would give us a negative answer because we don't have more on top. So we need to remember to borrow. This 4 becomes a 3, and this becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 6, that's not going to work because the number on top is too small, so let's borrow. 13 minus 6 is 7. 2 minus nothing is 2. I can't do 5 minus 7 when I'm doing this, so I need to borrow. This 1 becomes a 0. 15 minus 7 is 8. I get 8 and 275 thousandths. Let's do another one. $32 minus 18 and 34 hundredths. Again, I know that I need to line up my decimal points. This one doesn't have a decimal point, so where would it go? If it's a whole number, the decimal point goes right after the whole number. So this is 32. I'll put my other decimal point in. All right, now it's time to subtract. This is also some common mistakes that are made. Right, 0 minus 4, I can't do that when I'm adding and subtracting this way. So then I would need to borrow. But I don't have anything to borrow from right here. So I have to go all the way to my ones place value to borrow. This 2 will become a 1. And then that means that I can make this value 10. Now that still doesn't help me. I still can't do 0 minus 4. But now I have 10 here. So I'll go to this and I'll borrow. This 10 will become a 9. And now this will become a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. 1 minus 8, I can't do it this way, so I'll borrow. 11 minus 8 is 3. And 2 minus 1 is 1. I get 13 and 66 hundredths. Let's do one more. 423 minus 3 tenths. I know that when I'm adding or subtracting, I need to line up my decimal points. There's no decimal point on this number, so it's going to go after the 3. So the 423 decimal point, I'll put this one in. And I can fill it in. I'm going to make a quick change real quick. Instead of 423, let's just make this 400. That's my bad. I'm just making a quick change. Change 423 just to 400. I want to review more of when we're borrowing with the zeros. So 0 minus 3, I can't do that. I should go to my next place value. Ooh, I don't have anything to borrow from there, so I should go to my next place value. Is there anything to borrow from the tens place value? No, so I need to go to the hundreds place value. My 4 can become a 3. And now this makes it 10. So I want to go back to my original. Can I do 0 minus 3? No, so I should borrow. I still don't have anything to borrow, so I need to go to the next place value. Now I have 10 here, so I can borrow and make this 9, and this will become 10. I still can't do my 0 minus 3, but now I look to the next place value. There's 10 there, so I can borrow and make that 9. 10 minus 3 is 7. My decimal points line up. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus nothing is 9, and 3 minus nothing is 3. I get 399 and 7 tenths. You have the rest of the worksheet to finish. There's a front and a back. Good luck.